Hi guys and welcome back to my channel West Coast Wild Child. And this time I'm not in a hostel, I'm not in a hotel, I'm not with my relatives. So where am I actually? I am home. It has been 2 weeks short of being away exactly 12 months. So yeah, after a year of traveling, I am back home, and it feels a bit surreal to actually be back. I actually hanged these up just before I actually moved out, like 10 years ago. So yeah, I'm back home. I am connected again with my family. But yes, enough about that. So this is the second video about my travels in the US. This is the second video. I will make another video about the US because I was there for 2 months, and yeah, otherwise it would be way too long a video. In this video you will find the Antelope Canyon, the last bits of Vegas. From Vegas I went to San Francisco by bus. It took a pretty long time. And from San Francisco I flew to Miami, which wasn't too long a flight. I think it was about 3 hours. And then from Miami I actually took a flight to Washington DC. I had forgotten, but yes, I did. I did fly to Washington DC. So yeah, if you wanna see that, keep watching and enjoy. So after winning in the casino, the next day I hopped onto a bus. I was very tired. They were picking me up very early. Going to a public toilet again, we could see right through because nobody knows to hang doors apparently. And yes, this is the way to the Grand Canyon actually. It takes about 5 to 6 hours. Like, it takes a really long time to get to the Grand Canyon from Las Vegas. I booked a tour because I did not want to drive this myself. So yeah, I booked a tour and they picked me up at, I believe, 5 in the morning, which meant I had to go up at 4 because I had to walk a little bit to get to the pickup place. But yes, squirrels. This is becoming a common theme for the States. Look at it, how cute it is. And yeah, there's squirrels everywhere. And we made it to the Grand Canyon around 1 p.m. And this is what it looks like. It was indeed very grand. It is so huge, like I can't even... Like, you look at it and you don't understand how big it is. And yeah, it's huge. This is the South Rim. There are different places where you can visit the canyon. You can do the South Rim, there's the North Rim. I think it is the North Rim that you usually see the pictures of because it's a bit more narrow there. So the South Rim, which is this one, which I went to, it is the most broad place where you can see it. And yeah, like I said, you don't really understand how big this actually is. Our guide told us that sometimes when there is a helicopter flying around there, she says like it's the size of a fly. Like, it's so small you can't even see it, and that's when you realize how huge this area actually is. I mean, that squirrel is really having a good a good view to live in. And yeah, just super cool. I don't know, it was huge. They also have a little place where you can actually stamp your passport. But kinda, yeah. I met some lovely ladies on the tour. We had a lot of fun together. Of course, I had to buy some souvenirs. This is some stuff from the Native Americans that live in the canyon. Look at this squirrel. And yeah, this is the best footage I got of the Hoover Dam, which is a huge dam. And it was built a pretty long time ago. And yeah, It was amazing. And then we hopped onto the bus again to go to another lookout, because there were 2 different places where we actually could see the Grand Canyon from. And I mean, just looking out the window, to be honest, from the bus, the area, it was just super nice. And yeah, what can I say? I mean, all I really wanted was having a horse here and just riding over the prairie and, I don't know, protect the nature against bad people who want to take it and commercialize it, you know. Yes, that was my dream when I was 6 years old, and not much has changed in that regard. I would very much love to, I don't know, live in my little hut, run around on my horse and protect my lands, but sadly that is not necessarily how we live anymore. Oh well, this is super nice, and I just realized this is actually already the next day. This is another tour I did to the Antelope Canyon. This is again the river, and apparently it has been raining here less than it usually does. Usually it's a bit more green, our guide said at least. So this is the first stop. This was Horseshoe Bend. Super cool. I had no idea this place existed. I kind of saw it when I booked a tour the day before, and I was like, wow, I need to go here. Like, holy mackerel, how have I missed it? Look at it. It is absolutely insane. And it's huge, like, it's really big, and there is no railings, so you should be careful. Apparently people die here every year because, you know, they just go too close to the edge, which, I mean, just don't do that. So this is the Antelope Canyon, and I have seen pictures of this before, but I think I actually confused it with being the Grand Canyon, because I thought that this was what I was gonna get at the Grand Canyon, which I clearly didn't, which is why I booked 2 tours back to back, both for which I had to go up at 4 in the morning, which maybe was not the best plan on my part, but you know what, sometimes you just have to push yourself a bit. And I mean, this is super gorgeous. It was just so nice. It kind of looks like, also here, it's mostly carved from a river. And then it was back to Vegas, business as usual on the streets here. And yeah, I came back only to jump onto another bus to go to San Francisco. And to go to San Francisco from Las Vegas, by bus you need to go via LA. So this is where I'm headed right now, living the glamorous backpacking life. So this is San Francisco, this is Chinatown, my favorite place to be. Yes, I did have a rough time in actual China, but I really love Chinatowns. But I mean, I still like the culture and I still like the food. So yeah, and my hostel was like 15 minutes away, so it was great. They had just a lot of pretty, like, first of all, the streets were awesome. They were super pretty. And yeah, just nice. I just plopped down, and I really liked San Francisco. So yeah, I think San Francisco is actually one of my favorite US cities. I just love the vibe. It's just, I don't know, cozy. You just like it. I don't know. I just really liked it. This is like the best handbag I have ever seen. This is actually a handbag. It's like a glittery guitar. Like, oh my god, I need this at one point. I will be back. And yeah, they have a lot of fun stores. They have a lot of super big, insane, like antique stores like this one. And they have pretty much everything that glitters and shines. and statues life size or even bigger than life size. Like, look at this horse. Wow. And here you can just run around and be amazed at how cool everything is. You're not supposed to touch anything, which was a bit hard, but yeah. This is another insane store, with just lots of fun stuff in it, and this stuff was so expensive. Like, I do understand, like, the stones, but who buys stuff like that? Yeah, and I was here exploring a lot of days, actually. I just really enjoyed Chinatown and the hustle and bustle, and I also found a mural of Bruce Lee, who I believe he was actually born in San Francisco. I keep forgetting that he was actually born in the States. This is Lombard Street. It is a very famous street. It is built like a zigzag, kinda. It's very narrow. It's kind of crazy looking, and yeah, you can walk up, you can drive down if you have a car. I believe a lot of people driving here actually were tourists, because a lot of them had a camera dangling out of the window. And they also have these old trams that are super fun. You can basically jump on, jump off. You buy the ticket in a app. So super easy to get around and super fun. This is a lookout I found on the way back from Lombard Street to my hostel. I don't really remember if it was called something special, if it was just nice. Some shopping, yes, of course, we need to buy some nice little stuff. And then the next day I went to Yosemite National Park, which has been on my bucket list for so many years. My parents have been here, like, I don't even remember, 35 years ago, before I was a thing. And yeah, I have just always wanted to go. I have seen so many amazing pictures of Yosemite, and I felt like I just really need to go. So again, I booked a tour because again, I did not want to drive here by myself. I believe it was like a 4-hour drive from San Francisco to Yosemite. Again, guys, what is up with those with the doors here? And this was the first stop. This was actually, these are not redwoods yet, but there is a little piece in the national park that actually has redwoods like this. And what's so special about these is obviously they are huge. Here is a tiny little human for size, because I mean, it is hard to really caption it on a, you know, on a picture or a movie how big these trees actually are. And the ones you can see here are actually not the biggest they can get. But it is me playing in some roots, and this is the remnants of an old tree. I don't know how long ago it fell down, but it's pretty cool. I mean, they did drive cars through that, like what? And yeah, again, these are the roots of a fallen tree, super cool. So a little birdie, I don't know what you call this in English, but super cute. Also saw some ravens. And then we went on the tour to the to a place, to a lookout. I have to look up what that lookout is actually called, because it's pretty iconic actually. And yes, what can I say? Our driver was driving like, I don't know, the 4 horsemen were after us, but yeah, I still managed to get a little bit of footage through the window of the bus, but it was kind of hard. It was very bumpy, and again, he was driving pretty fast. So this is the view I had been dying to see for years. This is super cool. Again, I have to Google what the name of this lookout actually is, but look at it, how perfect it is. It looks like a painting, like it is so perfect. Then from there we went to Yosemite Falls. Usually it can definitely be bigger than this. It had been a bit dry, so it wasn't that big. But I mean, lucky as I was, it started raining as we were out and about, and yes, well prepared as I was, I had left my raincoat actually in the bus, which was a bit of a bummer. Oh well. This is El Capitan, which some crazy people find is a good idea to climb, and yeah, also super impressive. And the next day I was back in San Francisco, and I think you all know what I wanted to see. Yes, the Golden Gate Bridge. Found some interesting wildlife on the way, and then I took my little bag and some water, and then I walked here. It took me about 3 hours to walk, and if you're wondering why did you walk, because I wanted to, okay? This is Alcatraz. It was a prison, and now I believe in the 70s they actually made it into a museum. But yeah, you can see the Alcatraz prison pretty well from the Golden Gate Bridge. There are also tours to actually go to the prison. Again, it is a museum now. Also, you can actually go underneath the Golden Gate Bridge to, cross over to the other side. And there are some lookouts on the other side as well. Again, I walked here. I believe I walked about 6 hours that day. I was kind of tired, to be honest. But, sometimes you just want to move a bit, especially when you have been sitting on like 10-hour buses for a few times. Like, you just get tired, you want to move a bit. Again, the old tram, the historic tram is maybe a better word for it. And yeah, super nice, long day, but it was definitely worth it. It was just a lovely walk, and I feel like you just see so much more when you walk by foot. And I mean, of course, I needed to take the historical tram as well. They don't go really fast. Like, if you wanted to, you could definitely jump onto it while it's driving. Like, it's not that fast. Probably you shouldn't do that. I think it's better to wait when it actually stops. But yeah, it's super cool. You can just stand there, you can hang your arm out, you can hang your feet out, you can basically do whatever you want. Super nice. I loved it. And yeah. I get it that the Americans love their Christmas, but it is the 9th November today. I mean, maybe it's a bit early, If you feel hungry, they have some nice restaurants at Fisherman's Wharf. They also have, some stores you can do shopping. They have a Madame Tussauds, like the Wax Museum. They do have a giant ferry wheel. Yeah, you will be entertained if you go here, and also you can see Alcatraz pretty well from here. So I just looked outside the window of the hostel where I'm staying in San Francisco, and I'm not sure if I should be worried, but What I'm looking at right now is this. Do you see all these police cars? Like, what is happening? I have no idea. Mysterious. But seems calm enough, I guess. So I just asked in the reception why there were so many police cars and stuff, and apparently it's because the president is here. Who would have thought? Nothing special, just the president of the United States. So yeah, did I see him? No. Has he been here for a few days already? Yes. So yeah, I don't know if he's leaving today or what was the big deal, but now you know. Pretty interesting. And then it was time to say bye-bye to San Francisco and jump onto a plane to fly to Miami. Welcome to Miami! Even after 11 months, I'm still happy when I see palm trees. Yay! I could not check into my hostel until I believe it was 4 p.m. or 3 p.m. So I just slept on a bench outside, then I went to the beach. These clouds, they said it was gonna rain the next day. And I can just say yes, it surely did, because this is the next day. This is me when I was out trying to get some food. And yes, what can I say? The heaven opened and it rained like this for, at least, hours. It was not like, oh, it was a quick little shower. No. Like, this was going on for ages. Crazy. Next day I went out with some friends, we had some food, and this is on the way back. Yes, it rained a lot. It rained like this the whole day, it rained like this the whole night, and it rained like this the whole other day. But yeah, at least it was warm. As much as I hate rain, as long as it's warm, it's not miserable, it's just inconvenient. And yeah, it kind of sucked because I couldn't explore that much, but what you gonna do? And yeah, it was pretty windy as well. It actually worked to microwave the pasta, who would have thought? It took 10 minutes, but this is okay. After 3 days of rain and storm, it was finally time to get some sun in, because at this point I was really scared to lose all my tan that I had achieved the last year. And yes, this was a great day. I got some, I was on the beach, I was tanning, I tried to keep my tan, and together with a friend I met in the hostel, a German girl called Lina. And we went, on the same day, we went to see the sunset at the beach, took some nice pictures of each other, because yes, we need some memories, had some fabulous dinner, and then it was time for a little party. My party game has not been very strong on these travels, but sometimes you just need a little fun. And we decided to go out, and this guy who is singing, he's actually Chris Hemsworth's cousin. And I'm saying this like that because it was basically the first thing he said to me, and I was like, okay, cool. We tried to go out here. It ended with us taking care of a drunk girl. That was pretty much passing out from alcohol poisoning, and it was not the most successful party I've ever been. This is on the way to Key West. And this is the next day. I was violently hungover and regretted a lot of my decisions the night before. But yes, what you gonna do? You have to take the consequences of your own actions, let me tell you. And I sure did. So this is up in a lighthouse where you have a pretty nice view over Key West. So Key West is not very big. It's basically a small island in the middle of the ocean, just connected by this tiny bridge that you just saw us go over. They have a lot of these birds of prey. I don't know if it's like an eagle or what it is, but they look pretty cool. And yeah, they have a little museum inside the lighthouse with like the history of it. There was a gecko outside that was super cool. He didn't dare to move. We went to the southernmost point in the US and found a pretty nice beach on the way. Sadly, we didn't have too much time here as we needed to catch the bus on the way back. But still super nice. This is the first thing I could eat on the whole day. This is actually a lobster sandwich. Delicious. I had it at like 4 p.m. And then we just walked a bit through the town. There were a lot of cool bars and buildings. Key West is pretty nice. Like, there's a lot of rich people living here. And the buildings look accordingly. This is a brown pelican, a gray pelican. I don't know. But the sunset was pretty nice on the way back. We saw this from the bus. And yes, beautiful. The next day, me and Lena went to on a tour to the Everglades. We ride these propeller boats that have the propeller kind of above the water, as to not to destroy all the plants and stuff that you see here. So these boats can basically drive straight through it and not cause any damage, which is nice. There were some of these eagles again, and you can see all the water lilies just coming right up after the boat went over them. It looked pretty cool. We saw some cool birds. Don't know what it is. And yeah, we even saw a little alligator. And yes, I mean, it was nice. I also have wanted to see the Everglades for a long time. And yeah, pretty cool. Another thing to check off my bucket list for sure. From Miami, I flew to Washington, D.C. to meet up with a friend. And yeah, what can I say? First of all, the weather was very different, as you can see by my happy face. It was indeed pretty cold. I went from nice, 25 degrees to like 15. And so this is the capital. I actually thought, with the risk of sounding stupid, I thought this was the White House. Like, always when I seen this on TV, I thought, oh yeah, that's the White House. No, it's not, it's the Capitol. So that's kind of the president's fancy office, I guess. Walked through a park, saw some more wildlife, this little birdie, and then the sun came up and the Capitol looked just a little bit nicer. And from there, it's just basically a walk straight down to the obelisk. I believe this is the park where Captain America runs in one of the movies. I don't remember which one. Hey. So apparently back in the day when this was built, it was actually the highest building in the world. Which is pretty cool. If you just continue walking straight down from here, you come to the Second World War memorial. It looks like this. Yes, there is always time for a little selfie. And yeah, pretty nice surroundings. And again, The Washington Monument is pretty well known. Not the Washington, the Lincoln Memorial, I believe it is. Oops. The Lincoln Memorial, sorry. And yes, I know this one from the Planet of the Apes. Clearly, a lot of my education was through movies. Hehe. Don't know what that says about me, but don't listen too much. Oops. So yeah. This is me making my way to the actual White House, encountering some more wildlife. Super cute. And there was some of these holes just in the streets, spewing like fumes, I don't know, or I guess something must be pretty hot down there. I don't know, it looked a bit crazy. And yeah, so this little building is the actual White House. I mean, I thought it was bigger. Oh well, moving on. There was this amazing street with buildings. This is on the way back to my hotel, and I don't know if it's called anything special. I just thought it was really pretty. And again, I was here in fall, so a lot of the leaves were yellow, looked very nice. The thing with Washington DC is that they have a lot of museums, and most of them are actually for free. So this one is completely for free. You pay nothing to go in here. Wish I could remember which one this actually was. I'm gonna look into my Google Maps and put it in here if I find it. But yeah, I was here for hours. Like, I was here for so long. It was super nice. They had Monet, some of his most recognizable paintings, super nice. And they also had some Van Gogh. This one I wanted to see actually when I was in Amsterdam a few years back, but they didn't have it because it was here. This is one of my favorite paintings that I found. I don't believe I took a picture of who painted it, but super nice. This is from a German artist, actually. I mean, he was living in the States, but he was German, and he painted some amazing landscapes, and again, I just loved the art in here. And then I jumped onto a bus to go to my next stop, which was Boston. So there you have it, you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see some more US content, then stay tuned. I will start working on that video soon. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks as always for watching. Consider subscribing. Thank you. And yeah, see you in the next one. Bye!